It's been nearly 3 weeks now since 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped from her home in Tucson. Tonight, the investigation remains in a holding pattern. No suspects have been identified, and investigators are still waiting on more DNA analysis. 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra has the latest on the search from Tucson.
Most of this investigation is now happening behind the scenes. We know hundreds of detectives and FBI agents are working around the clock to bring Nancy home. Hope for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie's safe return is strengthening as a tribute of yellow flowers and ribbons continues to grow in her Catalina Foothills neighborhood. It's been almost 3 weeks since Nancy was kidnapped from her home in the middle of the night on February 1st. There have been no signs of Nancy, which leaves retired Phoenix Police Commander Jeffrey Hines with a grim outlook.
Unfortunately, with Nancy, the further out we go, the implications are there that it's a body recovery operation now.
But Hines is hopeful about DNA evidence in the case.
It gives me some hope that we're going to identify a suspect and have the ability to follow up on that investigatively.
The Pima County Sheriff says DNA evidence found inside of Nancy's home could belong to a suspect. That evidence is still being analyzed. Other DNA found on a glove about 2 miles from Nancy's home hasn't come back with any matches, but investigators are exploring genetic genealogy to connect it to possible family members.
It could be immediate and it could be weeks, depending on how far down into that data material they go.
We're also learning from NBC News that there is no evidence that Nancy is in Mexico, although investigators have been in touch with officials on both sides of the border since the very beginning of the case. Hines says it's natural for investigators to look in that direction.
They could and they will keep expanding those search parameters out and going to highway cameras, to cameras at service stations, truck stops.
As hope grows, so does the number of tips the sheriff and FBI receive every day.
They're not going to give up until they find out who did this and was part of this, and I'm here to assure you they will. I just wish it was sooner than later, but they will.
And Sheriff Chris Nano says this case won't go cold so long as they still have leads to follow. They're encouraging people to continue calling in any information they think will help investigators solve this case. There are 2 rewards being offered, and together they total over $200,000. In Tucson, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
Gabby, thanks. It's hard to believe it's been almost 3 weeks.